Giants fans, how we doing? San Francisco Giants fans, how we feeling out there? How we feeling? Welcome back to C-Train Station, where one of the big things about C-Train Station that I love, that's because it's like my own thing and I'm essentially my own boss, one that is like, look, we're transparent here and we take accountability. So guess what? San Francisco Giants fans, from C-Train and C-Train Station to you, I was wrong. I'm going to say that one more time because you may have to record it because I don't say it a lot. Let me tell you that. I was wrong. The San Francisco Giants are indeed not back after I claimed they were back by incredible, maybe overreaction, but reaction to the Rafael Devers trade. Yeah, maybe they're not back. But here are a few reasons why, I think. Because when you look at the Giants on paper, you'd think that they would be very competitive. They're competitive, but maybe not so much. They're like at a 500 record now. Not good. And they are like 6.5 out of the wild card as well, I think. I mean, they're not doing well. They're trending down. And before we get to before we talk about they're underperforming and why I think, in some ways I think that they have underperformed, we also should go over the trade deadline because the Giants made a few moves. They sold. So at the Major League Baseball trade deadline, many times like teams will be buyers, as in they are going to go all in and try to get some of the best players out there to compete for a World Series. Some teams are sellers. They're like, look, I don't think that we're going to win this year. Let's see if there are any players in the last years of their contracts that we could sort of trade for future assets, maybe for some good players in the farm system. So, hey, let's go on to that because the Giants were sellers at the deadline. That's what I'm sort of beating around the bush. They were sellers at the deadline. Camilo Doval, gone to the Yankees. He's a Yankee now in the pinstripes. Tyler Rogers to the Mets. And Mike Yaztremski, Yaz, has gone to the Kansas City Royals. We bid adieu to all of them and thank them for their service. All very good Giants. Doval still with a lot of potential. Yaz just made an incredible catch literally last night. Sad to see them go. Understandable why. Because it's like, I believe, one or two of them in the last years of their contract. And also, the Giants just don't think that they're winning anything this year. Sort of depressing because I really thought that it was the start of something big with the Devers trade. I still think it is. Definitely not going to be this season, though. So let's get into it. Why do I think the Giants are so bad right now? Why do I think they're playing so poorly? Well, number one, the first thing that I see, and it's not good, that let's just say I've been around baseball my whole life. I follow baseball and I love baseball. I will watch baseball games. I am not as obsessive, just psychotically, unhealthily obsessive over the Giants as I am, say, the Golden State Warriors and used to be over the Niners. But just a lot. So this is what I'm saying. It's not good when I can tell easily and say with my heart, soul, and everything behind it, this team is incredibly undisciplined. The San Francisco Giants lack discipline. They lack discipline as a team. And here, whether it be in the batter's box or on defense, which is like scary, because you gotta be, defense is the name of the game, especially with the Giants. That's how they sort of won. That's how the dynasty started. Defense, pitching. It's difficult to watch such an undisciplined squad. Let's just talk about, let's talk about the easy areas. Like Ryan Walker, I believe, just the other night, sort of blew an opportunity in extra innings, and he threw the ball to first instead of home. Heliot Ramos is having such a difficulty in the field, and also as a fielder, Heliot Ramos is having difficulty tracking the ball and making, honestly, what would be sort of elementary, fundamental defensive plays and catches. Heliot Ramos also, unfortunately, as a base runner, like failed to understand the infield fly rule. I don't know I'm laughing, but it's not even funny. And yeah, he was called out. These are all of these things add up. This is just literally like the last game or two that I'm talking about. But the discipline that I'm seeing in the field and on defense, it definitely carries over to the batter's box. I don't have any statistics, but it's like the Giants aren't, just for example, this is just an example, like the Giants, you generally want to make a pitcher work. You want to make a pitcher throw pitches. And even if that pitcher is really good, a high pitch count will get a pitcher out of the game, right? So there are a few ways to knock like an ace out of the game, right? You could score a bunch of runs on them, which is like, okay, well, you're probably going to win that anyways. Or you can be really difficult to get out. And you can be just tough as nails when you're in the batter's box and a really hard out. The Giants are the opposite of that right now. They are the easy out. Here's an example. Jung-Hoo Lee, for some reason, just like can't stop grounding out. He won't stop grounding out. All Jung-Hoo Lee essentially does these days, see, it's ground out or fly out. And that is part, I think that Jung-Hoo Lee is an example and a huge symptom of the overall problem. He is like, he was supposed to be like sort of your leadoff in an ideal world. Also supposed to be able to like really get on base. Your guy who, whether he gets a hit or whether he could just, however he gets on base, hit or walk, he is that first, the tip of the spear. Jung-Hoo Lee I'm talking about. And he hasn't been that. And I am not sure who Buster traded, the exact name of who was traded for Tyler Rogers, but they traded for a center fielder who I believe went to, either went to Florida or Tennessee. They traded for a center fielder, the Giants did. They traded Tyler Rogers to the Mets for one of their players, for a few players, but one of their players, remember that I said this, bookmark this or whatever, I think, and I want to look him up real quick, but he's a center fielder who they traded Tyler Rogers for the Giants. Anyways, I think that he could put pressure on Jung-Hoo Lee for the position in the very near future, which stinks because I had such high hopes for Jung-Hoo Lee. Still do, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on. But the Giants are letting pitchers off the hooks. Speaking of pitching, though, the talent may be there for the Giants pitchers. And I'm talking about you, Hayden Burnsong. I'm talking about Carson Whisenhunt, right? The talent may be there, but oh my gosh, the mentality is not. These guys are Carson Whisenhunt. I get it. Whisenhunt in his debut, he recovered well. Only gave up four runs. Okay, he recovered well, but man, did he look shook in the beginning. And Hayden Birdsong is like looking more shook and distraught these days than he's looking just regular, like a confident baseball player, right? I don't love that. I don't love that the youth doesn't have that swag. I am used to like Matt the freaking Machine Kane, right? Mad Bum. You cross Mad Bum, he'll mess you up, bro. He'll mess you up. He will stare you down. He'll hit you and taunt you, strike you out, he'll do whatever he wants, and you'll like it because he's Mad Bum. The dude, like, so you like bring a horse to the game sometimes. Anyway, so like, I'm used to that, and I need to, and I have to see that killer instinct, especially in those young Giants pitchers. Come on, you're pitching in one of the most pitcher-friendly parks in Major League Baseball. Act like it. Act with confidence and the swagger. Come on. I like Landon Roop, what he's got going on, but I mean, outside of Robbie Ray and Logan Webb, I don't know. I don't have confidence, and that needs to be worked out. It's like the Giants really need one or two solid starters. And Verlander has sort of let them down, right? I mean, he's like 1-8, or he hasn't won any games, barely has won, and he was supposed to be that solid, the stability, the stable vet. And I'll tell you what, when you're like a younger pitcher and you see your stable veteran just getting hammered, essentially, being a shadow of his former self, you're not going to be confident. That doesn't breed confidence, does it? So we'll see. They have so much talent though. There's talent in the pitching pool. Gosh, I want to see some attitude there, and I'm not even kidding. I really hope so. Also, Bob Melvin, has he lost the team? It looks like it, right? Like Yaz had a good catch on defense like yesterday, but I mean like this team they're not playing with fire. They're not playing with conviction. They're not playing with any type of edge whatsoever. And I hope that they get this. Sometimes you hope that a player or two sees this, and it's like, because you got to play with pride, and the Giants don't seem like they're playing with pride right now, and that sort of gets to me, right? No discipline in the box. Undisciplined defense. Sometimes you just head-scratching, mind-boggling plays, right, on defense. Pitchers that just aren't confident when they should be in the most pitcher-friendly park. So the Giants have a lot to do. I think that Bruce Bochy is like a free agent as a manager next season. If I were the Giants, I would bring in Bruce Bochy and fire Bob Melvin. Honestly, as things stand right now, I would fire Bob Melvin, bring back in Bochy, and see where things sort of stack up, and give the call up to Bryce Eldridge. The Giants have a future. I think that he could be I think he'd be good. He's very promising hitter. Bryce Eldridge, he's a monster too, like 6'7", 225, 20-year-old. I'd like to see him maybe just get the major league call up. Not something that like leads into his confidence, and something that like a position that doesn't take away from his confidence, right? Because the Giants are probably done for this season anyways. But to put a bow on things and a gift, there's my apology, and I hope that you accept it. I said that the Giants were back, and they're sort of far from it. Now, can they make a run? Absolutely they can. They can definitely make a run, but behind like what confident pitching right now, right? Like they just sold at the deadline. So good news. I do believe in Buster Posey. I think that I like his forward thinking and that he's not afraid to make moves. So we'll see what the future holds. Present, not so bright. Future looking a little bit more bright for the San Francisco Giants. And hey, you got it all here at C-Train Station. So thank you so much. Those subscribe, those who comment, those who like, even dislike. I like the people who like more a little bit. Just it helps the algorithm. But hey, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time at C-Train Station. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.